Hey guys, welcome to the AFL and NRL Sunday best bets video. I'm going to go through 4 of my best bets across the 5 games, across the 2 leagues coming up this afternoon and explain the reasons why I'm making that bet in those games. We'll start with the AFL. The first game is Gold Coast taking on GWS. Both sides coming off the bye last week. Definitely lean towards the Giants winning this game and winning it fairly comfortably. The line is in the mid-20s currently. I feel like that's about right. Don't think there's a ton of value in playing the line or the total in that game. So that's the game I'm going to avoid in the AFL tomorrow. Just let that one go around, but the Giants should win and win fairly comfortably. Then the Richmond St Kilda game, a few key outs for the Tigers here. So the Saints should be able to get the job done and bounce back from their defeat last week against the Bombers, and important that they do so. So there's 2 kind of angles that I looked at this game and considered when deciding like which way I wanted to go, because I think the Saints win and I think the Tigers struggle to score, especially at this venue. So for that reason, I was considering the Tigers team total under at 73.5 or the Saints to cover the 18.5 point spread. Elected to go with the Saints to cover minus 18.5. So that's $1.90 at the TAB. The reason being is the Saints are the number 1 defense. Richmond are light on in the forward line. However, they did put up over 80 points last week against a good defensive side as well. So not fully counting them out. So that's just kind of like the thing that led me slightly away from the team total under. But on this venue, the Saints get Max King back into the lineup. They should be able to put up a score. They are ranked 15th in the league this season for points scored. But I think against this Richmond defense, which is ranked 13th in the league and give up 27 shots at goal per game, if the Saints can kick accurately, which they're ranked 10th in the league in that category, they should be able to win this game and win it comfortably. So they therefore will cover the 18.5 point spread on the back of their defense and being able to kick a score against the Tigers. Then the final game to complete, gather around, Collingwood take on Hawthorn. Hawthorn do have a really good record against Collingwood, winning 14 of the past 17. However, they have quite a number of key outs for this game, which makes things very tough for them to have a chance of winning and also covering the spread. So I'm going to stay away from the line in that game. I do give Hawthorn a small chance, but can't back them just due to the lineups for this game. However, I am going to take a same game multi on this matchup with 3 legs. So I'm going to take James Worpel, 25 plus disposals. He's leading the midfield for the Hawks this season. Racked up the numbers last week against the Cats. I think he goes over the 25 again against Collingwood this week. For the next leg, I'm taking Josh Dacos for Collingwood to get 20 plus disposals. He's hit this in 3 or 4 games so far this season. His past 2 against the Hawks, he's had 19. But with Finn McGuinness coming back into the lineup for the Hawks this week, he's going to tag Nick Dacos. So Josh Dacos is going to have to step up. Also looking through the other mids, for Collingwood, Tom Mitchell hasn't really been putting up numbers so far this season. Kind of similar with Jordan De Goey. So Josh Dacos is the one who's proven in a couple of the games he can get close to those 30 touches. So he has been able to find the ball. So he's the one I want to have in there with the 20 plus disposals. And then the final leg, Massimo Di Ambrosio for Hawthorn. His first season at the Hawks, he's cleared 15 plus disposals in all 3 games, had 16 in his lowest game and into the high 20s in the other games. And I think he can easily clear the 15 plus in this match up against Collingwood. So the 2 plays, the 3-leg same game multi in the Hawks Collingwood game, paying $1.99, and then St Kilda minus 18.5 at $1.90 at the TAB. And also I really did like that under 73.5 on the Richmond team total for this matchup as well. Then over in the NRL, 2 games on Sunday afternoon. Firstly, the Cowboys take on the Titans. The Cowboys, the number 1 attacking side, ranked first in points for, first half points, meters per point. Just a team capable of putting on plenty of points. They only scored 12 last week against the Broncos. All those points came in the first half. And so they'll be keen to bounce back after a blowout loss against the worst defensive side in the competition. The lines are well into the double digits for this game. I think the Cowboys can probably still cover it, but it's a little bit of a risk with such a big line. However, I like their team total to go over, but I'm going to play the first half points to go over. The Cowboys are the number one first half scoring team, averaging 16.3. The Titans are the worst defense overall, but ranked 10th, conceding 12 points in the first half. But Cowboys' first halves have been really high scoring. You'll notice they're the number one scoring side in the first half and the team that concedes the most points in the first half. So I think this game could really lend itself towards a high scoring first half. Not really trusting the Titans to score points, so I'm going to lean towards the Cowboys, the ones that are going to get on a roll early here against the Titans. And this is a game where up in Townsville, there is rain predicted for this game. So that was and it's going to hit, like this game's a 4 p.m. kickoff. The rain is projected to hit around the 5 to 6 p.m. And that was the main reason. And like, it's very, very hard to trust, the weather report and, if the rain's going to hit this time, how much rain's going to hit. But just with there isn't really that much difference between, the first half line and the second half or full game total. So just with that chance of rain hitting during the second half, going to play the first half over. The best odds available for that is at Ned's or Ladbrokes. Cowboys team total over 14.5 at $1.90. And then the final game of the round, the Canberra Raiders take on the Parramatta Eels. If you look through the stats for both these sides, both in attack and defense, there's really not much at all between these two sides. Like the rankings for both sides are very, very close. So there's really not much between them. The Eels are without Mitch Moses, which makes things a little bit tricky. I would lean slightly towards the Eels to win this game, but definitely not confident enough to back them outright. So for this game, I'm going to play bet type that's been really good to us so far this season. And that's either team to win by under 10.5 points. So either team to win by up to 10. That pays $1.85 at PointsBet. I feel like this is one of those games that'll come down to 4 or 6 points either way, and that should be able to cash this bet. As I said, there's really nothing between these two sides. And the Eels being probably the slightly better side, even though the Raiders have been impressive. The Raiders definitely need to turn up after blowing an 18-0 lead to the Sharks last week. So I expect them to come out strongly, but Eels are overall the better side. And I feel like those two factors combined and the Raiders being at home brings these two sides very, very even. And I feel like this is the ideal bet for this game. So those are the 4 bets for Sunday. Good luck if you're following along. Hopefully end the weekend on a high. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want more videos covering the AFL and NRL. Post them leading up to the games. On the weekends, I post my best bets. And then during the week, I post the betting trends videos, my early thoughts. So you can already start looking into the games and potentially considering what bets you want to make. Because one of the worst things you can do when it comes to betting on sports, whether it's the AFL, NRL, or any of the other sports over the past 10 years or so, have built up spreadsheets like this across all the major sports leagues, not just the Australian ones, but the NBA, American football, MLB, baseball, ice hockey, and all the major soccer leagues. And obviously those have taken years to create, but by doing this, it's allowed me to look at games, make decisions on what bets I want to make, and not be rushing around at the last minute trying to go, okay, which team should I back here? Who do I think is going to win? And then just quickly slamming bets in at the last second without really doing the research required that it takes to win. So that's why I post these videos and try to get them up as early as I can. I've been really busy this weekend, but been trying to get these up for early in the morning of game days. So you guys get that chance to follow along. I know quite a few of you have the notifications on for the videos, so that's a definite way to make sure that you don't miss any. So make sure you like the video if you're enjoying these, and I'll keep posting them, and we'll work together to make this season and the coming years super profitable betting on sports.